All right, well, the center console that you saw us christen a couple weeks ago, we're getting it ready for Florida. We got some new batteries, new chargers to put in. All right, so what we're putting in is a 12-volt cranking battery that'll run our house, our live well, that sort of stuff. 16-volt that's gonna run graphs, and then we got the 36-volt single battery 36-volt that'll run the Garmin Kraken, which is pretty cool. They can do a 36-volt technology in one battery. So anyways, these Norsk batteries are heated, which is pretty helpful in this neck of the woods. Obviously, you're in Florida, you might not think about having a heated battery, but when you're in the north, basically how it works is it uses your first little bit of electricity to warm up the battery before it starts charging, because if you charge a frozen battery, that's when you run into issues. So anyways, we are gonna pull out and unbox these beauties. And something that's important to note is these batteries ship in a deep sleep state. So you actually have to wake them up before you can use them. That's something when people see them, they're like, this battery isn't working. It's not, you know, showing up, but you need to connect it to the charger, which will be a step we'll do later on. Ideally, I think what you would do is you'd lay these batteries out in your shop, hook them up to the charger, kick them out of deep sleep, charge them up. In this case, we're just gonna put them all in the boat because this is a pretty accessible boat to rig, but yeah. Exactly that. It says, all Norsk batteries must be connected to an approved charger and receive a brief charge current to wake the battery from shutdown mode. So that is important. But this one's gonna go in the back, the 12-volt, 120 amp hour. There's all your nuts and bolts. There you got the 16-volt, 105. So I said this was a 36-volt, which is true, but it also has 28-volt terminals as well that you can hook your black box to for your live scope modules. And then the last thing we're gonna rig up right here is the EvoTech. This is the onboard charger. So yeah, this is the 3-bank charger. Pretty cool technology because it's got a 12-volt option, 12/16 and 36. So this whole system is gonna be charged off of this one onboard charger, and you don't have to worry about, you know, mounting extra chargers, extra cords to plug in. At the end of the day, one cord, and it'll charge the whole system, which I do like, because my older Lumicraft, I did have 3 separate chargers on it, which was a pain. So they did a good job with the chargers. We're back, it's a new day, had to do a little rigging, had to get some bigger battery trays. You need, I think, a group 31 is what you need for battery tray. I had some smaller ones. So we swapped those out. We got the charger. I ran some wires to extend the charging lead. So we're gonna put the charger in first, I think, and then some batteries, and then we're gonna hit the lake before it frees up yet. All right, so one of my problems, you know, when I've had boat rigged by other people, sometimes they don't always maximize the space. So in this case, I could put the charger just flat on the bottom, but then I'm taking up all that space, and you don't really want to rest stuff on top of it. So my thought is if I tuck it on the side, I could have a boating safety kit back here with some tools and whatever. And I'm always just, you know, especially a boat like this doesn't have a lot of storage, I want to maximize it. So it's, you know, figuring out where I can tuck that, but still have it accessible. So I think that's what I'm going to do first. I think rig it in that back corner right there. I don't want too much flex on these cords, but it seems pretty good. The charger's hung. We'll have a different position than I originally planned for. I mounted it upside down, but I think that's fine. That makes the cords easily accessible, otherwise the cords would be facing that way. So, okay, we're gonna splice some cables because I ran some extensions for the chargers there, and start hooking up some batteries. Guess we can drop that 12-volt in. Every boat I rig, I try to get a little more organized, a little more dialed. Okay, we'll hook the front batteries up. I could tidy up those cords a little more, but that's decently rigged there. You can pick your setting, because we'll do a lead acid battery if you want, lithium. What I might have to do is wake up all the batteries. All right, so this is what I should have done before, but you gotta wake up the batteries. So you gotta plug it into the charger. Once the battery is connected to the charger, push and hold the mode button on the charger for the charger bank that is connected to the battery until the desired selection on the LED indicator panel starts to flash. You may also hear a soft clicking sound as the LED indicator flashes. This is normal. Your Norsk Lithium battery should wake from shutdown mode within a few seconds. So got the battery here. Now we're gonna hold down that mode button until it starts flashing. You hear the graphs turn on, the trolling motor's turned on. All right, we're turning on the last battery. This is the starter. Just gonna hold it down, let it flash, and we should hear a little click. Now that one's clicking, you can see it flashing here, so the batteries have been woken up. Yeah, so they keep it in a deep sleep state when shipping them. So that's why, you know, people have these questions, but it's just like, read the manual. I had done it just with batteries, you know, earlier this spring, and I still had to refresh myself on how to do that. But now the batteries are charging, all 3 banks. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my phone, and I'm gonna add all these new batteries to the app. Then I can track everything. I can link it as a group. So I'll link it together. It'll be called the center console. So then when I look at the center console, I'll be able to see all 3 batteries, see the charge. With these 3 batteries, like this 12 volt cranking is probably a little bit overkill. I could probably have ran my electronics off it as well, but with this boat, I want to be able to use this for camping and exploratory, and you know, we're going to use it for hunting. I don't want to have to worry about charging it every day, and we will add, you know, an alternator or a DC to DC charger on here as well. You know, that's why, you know, it's 3 batteries. It's going to add obviously a little bit of weight, but yeah, this cranking battery, you could run everything off of this basically. But we have that dedicated 36 for the trolling motor, dedicated 16 for the 2 graphs, and then the 12 for everything else.